I think it is worth the hype. That doesn't sound like I think it is. So I have been using K-Beauty for over 10 years, and it's kind of wild to think about what it was like to be a Korean beauty fan 10 years ago, when it was basically impossible to get any product except from specialty stores, and I would be hunting down Etude House lip tint reviews on Blogspot. And then we come to now where we have Kim Kardashian going to Korea.
When you go to Korea, while we're in Korea, I'm in Korea.
And the iconic Australian creator Blue-Eyed Kayla Jade fully doing her story time about what she gets up to with her clients using a full Korean skincare routine. So now that Korean skincare and Korean makeup are reaching all of these millions of people, we're also seeing products, especially on TikTok, go super duper viral. So I have assembled a collection of some of the most viral K-beauty items, and together we are going to test and try them and see if they're worth the hype. But before we jump into ruining my skin, because there are some potentially questionable products in this lineup, I would love to say, oh my gosh, thank you so much to this video's sponsor. If you've watched a few videos on my channel, then you've probably heard me mention Vivaia, who are a long-time supporter of the channel. And the reason why I love them is because they are a super cute shoe brand that also focus on being super comfortable and sustainable. And Vivaia have also just opened an IRL store in Sydney, where I now live. So of course I had to go and check it out. Their shelves are filled with all of their different styles and a team ready to help you find your perfect fit. So I tried on a few different pairs. These are the Claire round toe flats. And I actually wanted to try this pair on because I actually own another version of the Claire and I wear them so often. They're so comfy, easy to slip on and just run errands with. And if you want a pair of heels that are comfy and classic, these are the Julie Pro, which again, obviously it's Vivaia, it's comfy, but also great for work or situations where you just need something a little more formal and preppy, but you also have the full padded cushioning underneath, so you can comfortably wear them all day. But I ended up taking home this pair of Margot Mary Janes in a very festive red shade so that I can kick off the festive season. Get it? Because they're shoes and you kick. Yeah. And these are one of their best-selling styles that are great for dressing up or down. So if you're after comfortable and stylish shoes, then you can try them on in Sydney inside their store in the QVB. And of course, for everyone, you can shop them online as well. And right now they have all of their Black Friday discounts happening. So if you want to grab a pair for yourself or as a gift for someone else, now is the time. Now is when all of the savings are happening. Big thank you again to Vivaia for once again supporting the channel, and let's get back into it.
This is makeup from Korea. This just became like my #1 foundation of all time.
Alrighty, first up we have the extremely viral Tirtir cushion. This one really did the rounds on my social media, and I think in large part to the pretty substantial influencer marketing campaign that Tirtir did for the launch of this cushion, or the relaunch of the shades. Not sure on the campaign specifics, but there were a lot of ads, right? Which I don't think is necessarily good or bad. It just is. And I'm obviously a content creator who does ads, so. But I do think when companies do such a big spend and such a big push, I think for some people it does give the impression of like, okay, is this really good, or are they just buying luxury goods for certain influencers? And I think it's super healthy and good for us to be critically thinking as consumers, but equally, I enjoy being optimistic. Call it a flaw, but if everyone's saying good things about it, I would like for these people to be truthful and for it to be the truth. So I did make a video over on TikTok. If you didn't see it, not sure why you wouldn't have seen it. I like the egg packaging vibe. I think the coverage is really good, and the finish is sort of like a satin, slightly dewy vibe. Very nice. However, I'm not wearing it today, and I haven't been wearing it a lot, and that is because I have noticed it has a little bit of a oxidization problem. It's not severe, but it does. And that is because oxidization, to my understanding, typically occurs with oil-based products, and I think those products tend to be the more pigmented, the more satin to matte end of things, more full coverage. And the type of foundations I normally use are probably more on the water-based side. They tend to be light to medium weight, lower coverage, and have like a dewier finish. And so this shade, which is 13N Fair Ivory, that looks quite good upon initial application, looks a little funky about 20 to 30 minutes later. So I'm not saying that people who enjoy it don't really enjoy it, because I do see a lot of the benefits. I do think the finish is lovely. I do think the coverage is fantastic, and it does last really well as well. It doesn't get cakey or look weird. So lots of positive attributes. Also, the shade range for this one is obviously a lot more extensive than a lot of cushion foundations. A lot of my personal favorite cushion foundations that I would recommend to people do come with that caveat of like, there's, you know, 8 shades. So, you know, it's hard to recommend. I think it is worth the hype, that doesn't sound like I think it is. I think the hype is justified, but if it doesn't sound like it would be the type of product you would enjoy, then there are other ones like this, but that aren't this. And if you're interested in some other cushion reviews, I did recently make a video going through all of the cushions I tried recently and ranking them, so you can check that out. So here we have the super viral Anua Niacinamide 10% plus tranexamic acid 4% serum. This one was a complete disaster for me. People love this serum. The red color is such a standout. The texture is really lovely, easy to spread on the skin, and people are saying it's completely transformed their skin, given them glass skin, you know, removed blemishes, dark spots, all of that good stuff. I'm allergic to this. So it's not the serum's fault specifically, it's the fault of an ingredient that is in this and a bunch of other skincare products. I made a whole video about how I found out that I was allergic to it because I thought it was funny. So the ingredient I'm allergic to is 3-0 ethyl ascorbic acid. I keep holding up the serum to point at it to be like 3-0, but I feel like that's mean because it's not the serum's fault. But again, it tends to be flagged in products as being a super potent vitamin C. So this product primarily focuses on niacinamide, which I use all the time, don't seem to have an issue with, and tranexamic acid. And that's kind of like the call out ingredients. And I guess because they didn't call out this has vitamin C, I didn't think to look for it, which is a bit of an amateur mistake. And again, it's this very popular vitamin C ingredient. So brands tend to be like, look at this vitamin C, it's a very powerful vitamin C. Because if I had seen it, I wouldn't have, yeah, you get it. So it's not this product's fault. I am actually planning to test some of Anua's other serums. They have the rice ceramide serum, which doesn't have the allergic ingredient in it. I definitely checked this time. So did this give me a rash and heinous breakout, the likes of which I have never seen in my entire life? Yes, but a new experience. So, ow.
So apparently everyone is rubbing microneedles into their face now because beauty really is pain. This is me trying out the viral Reedle Shot serum, aka spicy skincare, and yes, it is definitely spicy.
It's called Reedle Shot. It stings a lot when you apply it. It's going insanely viral in Korea. After getting so many reviews saying their skin conditions got so much better immediately after using it.
Now we have a product that I really didn't have much interest trying, but figured I would do it for the good of everyone else who also didn't want to try it. This is the VT Reedle Shot 100. I don't want to do this one. Don't mind the minimalism look. I have just gotten out of the shower and I am procrastinating trying this. So if you haven't heard of this before, this is the Reedle Shot 100 Essence from VT. And VT is a brand who have been around for a while and I'm aware of them, but I don't know if I've tried much from them. But if you've seen people dotting skincare on their face, all spooky Halloween vibes, that's what this is. And the whole thing with this is it's microneedling in a bottle, and apparently in this formula there's like these tiny little needles in there that are made of like sea sponge. And if you're like, oh, that sounds a bit alarming, yeah, agree, but apparently the needles are like so super duper tiny. They're like nowhere near the size of even like a needle that a dermatologist would use if they did actual microneedling in an office. Like they're like a fraction of that size. But it's the same idea and principle of making like tiny little micro pricks in your skin to get the ingredients down further. That's the alleged science. And I am a little bit dubious on the claims of this. Like I do recognize how it's rooted in like real sciencey stuff, but equally it does feel a little bit gimmicky. But I will say, I know a couple of people, like friends of mine in real life, who have mentioned this to me being like, oh my gosh, Lucy, have you tried it yet? It's really good. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So they have like a hardness scale here. I went with 100 because I'm a little baby, but it goes apparently all the way up to 700, no, 900. And other than like the tiny needles of it all, the ingredients list is quite chill. Like if I read this ingredients list and you didn't tell me it was full of like tiny little needles, I would be like, yeah, it's like a very chill, soothing, hydrating serum. We've got niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, centella, madecassoside, chill and typically well-tolerated ingredients. And the directions for the serum that are published online, they say you can use this daily, the 100 one at least. And like looking at the ingredients, like, yeah, you could. Also the needle part, don't know. So I'm skeptical, but like optimistic. I'm always happy to be wrong. It would be great if this was really good. I'm really nervous to put this on because I feel like my skin's just gotten back to normal from the whole allergy situation. And I kind of want to put it on my hand first, but then I'm worried I'm just gonna like chicken out because it'll be like really painful. Oh, I actually really, I don't water. Okay. I'm gonna do the little dots and I'm just gonna see. I mean, this is 100, okay? And it goes up to 900. So like, how bad could it be, okay? Let's, okay. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Maybe I should put it on my hand first. Okay, I'm putting it on my hand first. I'm sorry, I thought I was a big brave boy. I'm not. It's now a good time to mention that I had like really bad needle phobia as a child and I've only like recently gotten better about it. It can't be that bad. All my friends use it and really like it. It can't be that spooky. Oh! Ah! Wait. Oh, Oh, no, I don't like it. No, you guys aren't serious. You're not seriously doing, ow. Sorry. I'm being a bit of a baby. It's like, ow. It's like stingy. Okay, it dissipates like as you rub it in, but yeah. Not, fine, we'll put it on my face, fine. Okay, sorry, I think that was a necessary step. I think if I immediately put it on my face, I would have freaked out. So, why? I think you would get used to it, and people say that like the more they do it, the less they feel it. I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh, even putting it on my little finger hurts. I'd need to see comparable like benefits of having a serum like this other than just like the sensation. Like it needs to be good. Okay, okay. That's weird. I actually don't, oh no, I actually don't feel it as much on my face as I did on my hand, which is funny. Now that I know what to expect, I think that's fine. I wasn't overreacting when I put it on my hand. Like, well, maybe I was being dramatic, but I wasn't overreacting. It is very much like a pins and needles sort of feeling, but just a little bit more pinchy. But it feels milder on my face. The back of my hand feels tender, and when I like run my finger over it, it feels like still needly. I'm being brave, I'm putting a little bit more on. I'm not putting it near my eyes because like, let's not do that. You know, part of me just wonders, because they're kind of like, oh, it's like mini micro needling, but I'm sort of like, could you not just use a very gentle physical exfoliation, like a washcloth, and get similar effects? I'm just not convinced from the ingredients alone what those results would necessarily be. I just feel like I'm not seeing enough information to really lead me to believe that it is as revolutionary as it's claiming to be, but equally, like with time and with maybe new formulas and new innovations on this, maybe we'll see that. I just don't know. Does it like just give you the needle feeling until you wash it off? Not that we can really get a significant before or after, but that's how my face is looking now. I can't anticipate from the ingredients list and just the general sensation on my skin that anything bad will happen. Hope that's not like a subtle foreshadowing moment, but I'm not sure how much good it will do. If you're considering trying it because you think it might make a big difference to your skin, I wouldn't say no, don't try this, but I would say, are there other steps in your skincare routine that are more proven with like historical evidence of being helpful that might do more than this potentially might, you know?
This is a PSA for anyone who's been tempted by the microneedling skincare products that are trending at the moment. In reality, these products use silica, which has been fashioned into the shape of a needle, and it presses on the skin's dermis. Unlike true microneedling, it doesn't actually penetrate the skin, and that's why these claims are not allowed. Number one, because it's not a true reflection of how the products actually work, and number two, because if it was, that would be akin to a medical procedure and not a skincare product.
Or you're not already using some type of exfoliation, whether it's really gentle physical or it's chemical. I don't know if this would be, I don't know if you need to do this, you know? I mean, I might fall in love with it, but so far my general first impression is why? Question mark.
Look how bouncy this is. I've been super into matte lips these days.
Oh. And then apply it to your lips. Oh. Oh my god, that looks so good.
This product, I feel I have seen so much in my personal feed. I feel like everyone has been going nuts over these. These are the Fwee Blurry pudding pots. And with these ones, even though they're primarily shown and swatched on the lips, they can be used on your cheeks, on your eyes. They're a multi-purpose product. Everyone seems to be using the brush that you can buy. That's like a little silicone-y tip applicator, but you can also use fingers. So I will be using my fingies, Mankind's original makeup brush. And I got it in the shade O, which is like a muted, coolish pink. You can kind of see it's like pudding-y, hence the name pudding pot. So I am zooming you all the way in so we can try it together. And there we go. You can see the kind of blurring effect. The color is pretty cute. I'm gonna take a little bit on my cheeks. I know it doesn't look like it, but I did actually powder before starting this video. Not around my cheeks, just because I didn't want to mess with the formula. It is very hot and humid in Sydney at the moment. I feel now that we're a little bit less distracted by the shine of everything. I really like the color. I think it comes out a lot more muted and soft compared to how it looks in the pot, and a bit more of a comfortable distance away. That is what it looks like. It does feel really light. It doesn't have any like heaviness or anything at all. And it doesn't set down like totally dry like a matte liquid lipstick. It has like a kind of like a creaminess to it. I do love me a bit of cream blush, so I actually really like how it looks on the cheeks especially. But these type of like pudding pot, like blurring sort of products have become really popular really recently. And of course they already have competition. Competition and variety, especially when it comes to beauty, is always a good thing because it means that there's different options for the consumer. Keeping things competitive keeps things innovative. And I saw something recently, and I'll see if I can find the source for where I saw it initially. But basically, when you see something like this sort of pop up and become a big trend, and then all these other brands are already coming out with products that are super similar really quickly, labs go to these like cosmetic conventions where all the brands go to learn about what's new, happening and hot in the formulation market. And all of these labs will be like, oh my gosh, we made this new like blurring a pudding pot sort of vibe. What do you think? Do you like it? And then brands go, oh my God, pudding pot, love, let's do it. And then we're gonna change it a little bit this way, a little bit that way to make it ours. But they're not the only brand who's seen the pudding pot. 100 brands have seen the pudding pot. And so all of the brands that heard about the pudding pot, are into the pudding pot, are going into the production of pudding pot, souffle, blurry type vibes, probably already had plans to release it before. It's just that this company did it first, or even most successfully. So I assume this one is the most popular / the first to market. But I have tried another version and I think I might prefer it. This is from Dasique. This is their souffle color pot. And first of all, it's heart-shaped. And when you open it up, they actually have the brush included, and then underneath is the pot. I'm just gonna take off our lip color, and using this weenie baby brush, I'm just going to apply another one. This one is a little bit more sheer. And that's it laid up a little bit more. This is the shade 14 Coldest Plum. So again, cool toned, but a little bit more depth, a little bit more of like a berry sort of vibe. I feel like this color would also look so cute on the cheeks, like sheared out. Yes, I think yes. I do think the Dasique one, it feels a little bit more substantial and a bit more like moisturizing. Like it feels more balmy and creamy, but both of them are super duper lightweight. This one's just a little bit creamier because it's a little bit thicker and it's more buildable. Whereas this one is like a little bit more airy, but equally a little more dry. Also, I think worth mentioning is the price point on both of these is basically the same. So it's really much of a muchness, personal preference. This one's shaped like a heart, this one's like a cute frosty bubble. It is really up to you. But those are my thoughts on the viral souffle / pudding lip colors. And the thing about this is I was like, oh, well, that's really cool. Like they're a cool formula, they're interesting, I think they look pretty. But typically I am a glossy gal, and they have apparently just released Fwee jelly pots. So maybe I need to try those, let me know. And also if your algorithm is continually serving you a particular product, do put it in the comments below, because maybe we'll do some more. We'll test some more things. I like to test and try things. I'm a little guinea pig. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!